Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's video class. Sorry I didn't do it yesterday. I was planning on it, and then I just got a little bit too tired, and so I'm still not 100%. My energy is still not 100%. So I just ran out of energy, but I'm back, and I think the first class was not so clear. I felt it as I was saying it, and my sense is that that's what you guys felt as well. So I'm going to try to redo some of the material that I did 2 days ago just to make sure it's a little more clear. Okay, just to remind us, so we started off with these two psukim. One pasuk said that a Nazir does not become tummy for anyone. And then the second pasuk says a Nazir does not become tummy for father, mother, sister, brother. And we went through the father, brother, and the mother, saying that a Nazir does not become tummy for a father, but they do become tummy for a mitzvah. And then if it's a Kohen and a Nazir, they still don't become tummy for a relative, but they do become tummy for a mitzvah, and also a Kohen Gadol and the Nazir. All those people, the Nazir does not become tummy for them, but they do become tummy for a mitzvah. And the overall message is a mitzvah, someone who has no one to bury them, is such an important mitzvah. Burying someone who has no one else to bury them, either finding a body on the side of the road or burying a relative who has no one else to bury them, those are so important that even the extreme case of someone who is a Nazir and a Kohen Gadol, which would seem to be the one person in the world who cannot become tummy for anyone, cannot come in contact with any dead body, even that person cannot become tummy for must become tummy for a mitzvah. Now we're transitioning to the fourth case, and this is the case that Gemara really cares about. And this is achoto. This is the sister. The fourth of the four examples in the second pasuk. So the Gemara says tashma ule achoto. Ma Talmud lomar. So what do we learn from the word achoto? Lomar, to say, harashaya holech lishchot et pischo. If somebody was going to shech the karban pesach, v'lama lepino, or to bring their son to a brit milah, their own son. So these are the two mitzvot aseh that are the most important mitzvot asehs that we have. Okay, of all mitzvot asehs that are out there, these are the two most important. The punishments are karet if you fail to do either one. V'shama shemet lomet, and he finds out that a relative, as Rashi explains, a relative of his dies. It seems that he's not responsible for this body, and that's important because if it was a relative who died and they were responsible for the body, then that would become a mitzvah, and they would have to actually go back and take care of the body instead of doing the Karban Pesach or the Brit Milah. So it seems that the body's taken care of, but of course, you hear a relative dies, a family, you want to rush there. You don't want to do something else. So the Gemara is saying, Yachol Yachsar v'yetama, should that person become tameh? Should they go back to the body and become tameh? Amar's lo yitama. So we learn from this pasuk lo yitama, don't become tameh. Meaning, take care of these mitzvot first. Take care of the Karban Pesach, take care of the Brit Milah, then go to the relative and become tameh. So is it true that just as you don't go back and become tameh for a relative, you shouldn't become tameh for a mitzvah as well? Talmud lomar ulachoto. So no, we learn from here ulachoto. And your sister. What do we learn from and your sister? Lachoto who's enu tameh. You don't become tameh for your sister. Aval matame hula meit mitzvah. But you would go back for a meit mitzvah. So if you were traveling with your sheep to do a Karban Pesach and you found a body in the side of the road, okay? It's a beautiful image. You would have to give up on the Karban Pesach and take care of the body. If you were carrying your son to a bris, another beautiful image, and found a body in the side of the road, or you found out that a relative died and you were the only one who could take care of this funeral, the funeral arrangements, so then yes, then you would push aside those mitzvot and take care of the dead body. Now, okay, one more thing. So the point of all this is to show Meit mitzvah is the ultimate example of kavod habriot, right? Kavod habriot is all about human dignity. There's no greater human dignity we can create than taking care of a body who has no one else to take care of it. So the fact that here we have a mitzvah to take care of the dead body, and the fact that mitzvah pushes off the mitzvah of Karban Pesach and the mitzvah of Brit Milah shows that Kavod HaBriot pushes aside those mitzvah. Kavod HaBriot is docha the mitzvah of Brit Milah and Karban Pesach. Now that's a question, because previously we had seen that Kavod HaBriot pushes off mitzvah d'Rabbanan and pushes off mitzvah from the Torah that involve money. But these cases of Karban Pesach and Brit Milah don't involve money and are d'oraita. So why in the world would a mitzvah push off these two mitzvah? It seems to be saying that Kavod HaBriot does push off other types of mitzvah. So the Gemara answers, Amai, Lema, but shouldn't we say, Ein chachma v'ein tzvuna v'ein eitel neged Hashem? This pasuk we've seen from Mishlei over and over again. Shouldn't we say that we don't care about your chachma and all that stuff, right? Who cares? Just do the mitzvah. Who cares about Kavod HaBriot? Hasan dichtiv olachoto, but the fact that Torah says achoto is overriding this pasuk in Mishlei, right? The message we're learning from achoto that a mitzvah pushes off every other mitzvah say from the Torah, teaches us that this is more important than Kavod HaBriot. Ligmar mina. So what do we learn from this? Sheva al taseh shanim. Mitzvot, sheva al taseh means shave, sit, v'al taseh and do nothing. Sit and do nothing. Mitzvot that involve sitting and doing nothing are different. Meaning, there's two types of mitzvah. There's sheva al taseh and there's kum ve'aseh. There's two types of averot as well. There's averot where in order to violate the aver, you have to do something, right? You have to eat non-kosher. That's the kum ve'aseh. You've actively eaten the non-kosher food. You violated Shabbat. You've actually done malacha. You have to do something active to violate Shabbat, to violate kashrut. But certain mitzvah you violate by just doing nothing, right? If your son never got a Brit Milah, you'd violate the mitzvah by just doing nothing. If you neglected to go to the Beit HaMikdash and do a Karban Pesach, you did an avera by doing nothing. As a general rule, we're more lenient with things that are sheva al taseh than kum ve'aseh. Meaning, it's worse to do something actively wrong than to not do something actively right. Right? It's worse to just do something wrong than to not do something right. So here in our situation, the person's just not doing a Brit Milah and they're just not doing a Karban Pesach. So the Gemara is concluding that Kavod HaBriot will push aside a mitzvah from the Torah that's sheva al taseh. That if for some reason Kavod HaBriot would tell you, don't do this mitzvah, that's a valid reason for Kavod HaBriot to push aside a mitzvah. So here, the mitzvah to bury the body pushes aside the mitzvah of Brit Milah. Just don't do a Brit Milah. Just don't do a Karban Pesach. Kavod HaBriot will push that aside. I hope that's a little more clear. I'm definitely happy to go over it again on Monday. But make sure you listen to the video. And on Monday, come in with specific questions to make sure that I so that we can move forward quickly. To make sure that I know you watch the video, on the bottom, of course, subscribe. And make sure that you tell me your favorite Expo color marker. If it were up to you, what color Expo marker would I use for the rest of the year? Put that in the comment section. And hopefully I'll see you on Monday.